Hi guys, Kevin here with a look at Driveclub. I'll be drifting, or I should say attempting to drift, a number of vehicles around the Indian track Tamil Nadu 01. So diving into the action then, using the Spiker C8 aileron from the cockpit view so you can see my steering inputs. I'm actually using the Thrustmaster T300 RS. So the Spiker has rear-wheel drive and 400 bhp. See the wet conditions there, just to make the car slide a little bit easier. So it's all about practicing, learning the circuit, learning how to drift, as I just don't drift in Driveclub. So this track is actually a very good track to rack up your fame points when you're drifting. You know, particularly if you have a fame event on where they give you 2 times the fame. You know, jump on this track and just drift around for a few laps, and you'll soon notice the fame points really sort of rack up, as I get it all wrong there on that turn. So yeah, it's just about learning the track, learning how to drift in this sort of first car. As I get sideways there quite nicely, as the sun illuminates the cockpit, looking very nice indeed. Again, getting sideways, getting that wrong, hitting the barrier, and that's not how it's done. So then the sun has, well, pretty much dried up most of the rain on the track, so the conditions are changing all the time. As I give the car a little flick there, overcook it a bit there, probably a bit overconfident with the drier track. It's all a learning process, again just not quite getting it right there. Little flick here as we get onto the start finish, and oh dear, car did not like that. Right then, let's move on to the second car, the Ferrari California. So 4.3 litre engine, 490 bhp, rear wheel drive of course, and as you can see, very wet conditions. Changeable conditions I've selected once more. You can see it's early in the day, so I try my best to drift around here, getting a bit off the track. Doesn't matter, it's all a learning process. Look at that sunset, beautiful, beautiful graphics. Down at the second gear here, very tricky left-hander. Really got to get your speed down if you want to get a drift on there. Yeah, not bad there. So a bit of a straight here, build up a bit of speed. So up into 5th gear, need to scrub the speed off now though. You know, 3rd, 4th gear, all depends. Can get a really nice drift on there. Just a bit struggling there. Just got to get used to it. When you do get used to that turn, you know, it's a really nice drift. You can get out of it. Approach the right-hander. Hitting the rev limiter there in 3rd, trying to do whatever I can, get the drift. Not too bad. You know, the Ferrari, you know, it wasn't a fantastic car, but it's probably a little bit better than the Spiker that I drove previously, as I overcooked that turn there. So flicking the car in here, trying again, getting sideways, but overdone that, hitting the brakes there, slamming the brakes on to avoid hitting the barrier through the slalom here. And again onto this section here, I like to just flick the car in, lots of power, and once again not quite getting it right. So not a massive fan of the Ferrari California for drifting. Not that I'm any good at drifting, of course. So approaching the first turn, under braking, down at the 2nd gear, hitting the rev limiter again, just trying to get the drift on. And yeah, just not a fan of this car. Again, just trying to drift, unable to do so. So I thought I'd slam it in here, throw caution to the wind, and sure enough, I'll get better results. Once again into this tricky left, trying it in 3rd gear this time. Not bad little drift there. Normally take that in 2nd, but I'm just trying different techniques just to see what I can get out of the car. So moving on to a hypercar, the Perseus Onyx concept, no less. All-wheel drive, so it's debatable whether I'm drifting or power sliding. That's a debate that probably will rage on in the comments, possibly. So this car has 680 bhp, so it's an absolute monster. Again, looking at the beautiful sunrise there in the background. So I approach this tricky left-hander, second gear, a bit of understeer there. Need to get used to the car. As I said before, it's all a learning process. You need to learn each and every vehicle to get the best out of it. Another opportunity here, down into third, second. Get a nice slide on there. And on the exit again, a little slide. Right-hander here, third gear again, a lot of understeer there. You know, sometimes the car will understeer, sometimes it will oversteer, it all depends. Again, a little bit of a drift there. So, right-hander, really flicking it in there. Just overdone that there, unfortunately. Just need a little bit less speed on entry, and I would have been alright. So, let's have a little flick around here. No, couldn't quite get the drift on there. Went off road and, well, barely managing to avoid the barriers there. As I start another lap, approaching the first turn, braking down, second gear, giving it some welly, couldn't get it sideways. We'll try again here. Just throwing it in there again though, unable to get the drift. Another right-hander though. A bit more power, sure enough it gets sideways. So then we're going to move on to the fourth and final vehicle, and yes, there it is, the wonderful Wombat Typhoon. Beautiful. Not going to keep me very dry, but there you go. So it has rear wheel drive and 300 bhp, so it's certainly not slow. The Typhoon Wombat, of course, has the boost function as well. Just press the X button, and you know, you get the boost, as you can hear now. So I get sideways there. You know, driving the buggy from the cockpit view makes me wonder what a current gen Motorstorm game would actually be like. I mean, can you imagine a Motorstorm game with Driveclub or close to Driveclub graphics, an interior viewpoint just like this? And then maybe throw in PlayStation VR as well for good measure. Can you imagine how good the experience could be? So I'm just having a play around with the boost function as I approach this left-hander, braking down, third gear, hitting the limiter once more, getting it a bit wrong there. Never mind, we'll try again. So right-hander coming up. Fourth gear. Oh, lovely drift there. You can see the buggy leaning, which makes it all the more satisfying. Again, getting sideways there with the aid of the boost function. So great fun, the Typhoon. You know, I don't think there's a more fun car in Driveclub than this. Certainly isn't one with the boost, that's for sure. Coming round the last turn then, trying to get sideways. Yeah, not bad. Almost lost it there. Had to correct the steering. As we go on to the last lap of the video. Approaching first turn now. Down from 6 all the way to third. Trying to get drift on, not quite managing it there. Try again here. Fourth gear. Bit of boost as well, but not managing it. Again, fourth gear, a bit more boost, and kicks the back end out quite nicely, but just overcooked it there, and making contact with the side of the track. So a tricky left here, usually second gear, take it in third, down at the second, and again not quite managing it there. So up into fifth gear, sixth gear, under braking, fourth gear, trying to get a nice drift on, and just a little bit too much speed, again hitting the outside barrier there. Try again on this right-hander. Oh, not bad. Look at that, almost Almost feels like you're going to roll the car from the interior viewpoint when you see it leaning over like that. And again, nice little drift there with the boost. And oh, I just lose it out there. So yeah, lots of fun. The Typhoon buggy, certainly a welcome addition to Driveclub. And as I said earlier, you know, it really sort of makes me sort of crave a current gen Motorstorm title as I come around the bend one last time. And that's it for this video. We'll have more on Driveclub coming up very shortly.